1500-meter race. The defending champion in the field in Matthew Baudet from St. Laurent Select. He's going to be wearing hip number 4. World Championship standard in this event, 3:33 flat.
Well, you got to think one athlete who's come awfully close to that is wearing hip number 1. That is John Renwicki, and he runs for Under Armour Mission Run Baltimore. His lifetime best, a 3:33.58. That was set last year, just about a year ago. He's also got lots of fantastic performances behind him. He's got the strength of a cross-country runner, too, competing at the World Cross Country Championships back in 2024. He's going to wear hip number 1, and he has to be the guy to beat. But this is a stacked field. You got Christian Noble, you got Isaac Baston, as you mentioned, Matthew Baudet, and a number of the other Under Armour Mission Run Baltimore athletes making the way up to Guelph for this race. And a little bit of a stumble there for our front pacer. So again, these guys just trying to find their footing. We have 2 pacers and they are strung out, so it's fairly quick running from the get-go here. We'll give you a 400-meter split as they come through in about 58 on the clock. Well, that is quick running. Good for these guys for keeping that pace honest. Now a little bit of bunching behind. So 58 for that opening lap would put them right around 3:37, and you got to think they want to run a bit quicker than that. You see the teamwork happening in those Under Armour Baltimore athletes, and they've just got to keep their eyes up on those pacers. Make sure you don't lose contact. You can see that's a great shot there of the daylight back to the pacers, and if these athletes can't stay on the back of these rabbits, they're going to have so much more work to do once these pacers drop off.
Renwicki still at the front. 1 pacer off. That's Foster Malik in behind him. Renwicki was a semi-finalist at the U.S. Olympic trials last year. Other pacer now drops off.
Well, it's been fairly smooth running, although it does seem as though they slowed a little bit on that lap. Unofficially 1:59 through 800 meters, 600 meters to go, and it is the tall man Renwicki who is taking charge of the field, again leading his teammates out. This is comfortable territory for him. He looks really relaxed, and you can see some of the effort forming on the faces of the athletes behind him. That's Foster Malik wearing hip number 6, and then to the inside wearing hip 8, that is Damian Dilcher. Those 3 working hard together, but it's going to be a big battle over this last lap, Adam, as they hit the bell at 2:42.
And it continues to be the 3 teammates from Under Armour Mission Run Baltimore at the front. But now there's been a change in their order, as that is Malik, who has moved into the lead, but Renwicki found an inside lane and he will retake the lead. And coming up the outside, that appears to be that's Isaac Baston. And it's going to be a dogfight to the finish. And in the end, it's going to be Foster Malik who crosses first. And Malik takes it at a time of 3:36.82. Renwicki, his teammate, across second. And Baston gets in there for third.
Foster Malik seemed to just sort of be playing with them, and we should mention he is part of that American team down in Baltimore, but he is Canadian, and he's got some accolades behind him. He was the NACAC U23 bronze medalist in this event from 2 years ago, and has lots of experience in the NCAA, having competed for Boston University. And it was great work by our pacers to set the tone here. They went quite far into this race before dropping. Then it was, again, the tall man Renwicki who took over pacing duties. You see on the outside there that Dilcher gave him a good contest, but here is Foster Malik just looking around right and left. Lots of effort on his face, but maintaining excellent form and just making sure that he is clear of the field. Arms go up, and he comes across with a definitive win, 3:36.82, and that is just about 0.2 of a second ahead of his teammate Renwicki. As he mentioned, the Boston Athletic Association athlete Isaac Baston coming through for third. They're in 3:37.11. And then Max Davies from the Royal City Athletics program. Lots of familiarity with this track. 3:37.86. He'll take fourth. And we'll continue with some good mid-distance action as we're getting some information, I should say, from our officials ahead of what is going to be a thrilling women's 800. But we're going to check back in first with the men's long jump still underway. Again, all that money up for grabs. We now have 2 meet records on the table in the form of Fabrice Marvin Zongo and Blair Brooks. This is Samuel Ibonin. There you see $2,000 for that win. A fairly stark drop off to second, still very respectable, 800, and then 500